Hello students, this is your instructor Dr. Hawk. I'm just trying to make sure you understand the concept of your discussion this week and gain maximum points. So remember, the discussion is all about gaining confidence in communication with everybody around you as a healthcare professionalist. So what are we learning through discussion? We're learning to gain confidence in writing abilities, discussing a topic, researching a topic if necessary, because we don't always know everything. So nowadays with Google in our hands, we can research whatever we want. Just make sure that we always cite our researches and follow the APA format. Remember, you're going to be a professional healthcare specialist. You're going to be dealing with a lot of people. You need to gain this confidence in speaking, in writing, in communicating with any individual around you with confidence. And remember, you have a lot of information and resources available at UMA to help you with that. So please don't miss out. So where are my questions located, right? How do I know what questions to answer for this week's discussion main prompt? When you go to click on your week 2 discussion prompt, sometimes you just click on a discussion prompt and we sort of like start answering the questions without really getting into the details. So please do review the instruction details on this step number 1. Read the questions and then try to follow the steps given to you. For example, step 2 gives you all the 3 questions that you're supposed to answer in detail to get the maximum points in this discussion. As you can see, you have 3 questions. Question number 1 says, what are eponyms? How can you use them to find a code in the alphabetic index of the CPT? Provide an example. Now remember, this is CPT coding. I see a lot of students using ICD-10. This ICD-10 is for diagnosis. CPT is for procedures. Make sure you remember which book to use for answering your question, because you're going to be using the step-by-step book for answering your question, and it gives you the details of CPT separately and ICD-10 separately. So question number 1, what is eponym? What are eponyms? How can you use to find the codes in the alphabetic index? Provide an example. Now remember, read the chapters, okay? The chapters are all given to you in your roadmap. You can also go and let me find that page for you. Okay, remember the roadmap is posted on the top of your page. Click on the blue roadmap right here. It will take you to the details of what you're supposed to be doing for this week. When you do, it says read chapter 10, right? From step-by-step book. That is your textbook that is helping you understand what is eponyms. Everything that you do, your assignments, your discussion, and your test, all the questions are coming from this chapter. Chapter 13 as well. So chapter 10 is what you read first. Finish your interactives, which is also helping you with your discussion question. Make sure you review them in detail. And then you do your discussion thread initial prompt. Do you see how they have created this page for you? So you are following the right readings, the right modules, and then you will answer the initial discussion post, which will make it easier for you to understand these questions. So don't forget to read the chapters, to read the modules, the interactive modules, before you answer the question. So you have 3 questions. Make sure you are looking at the details. Explain, provide an example, provide an example. If you don't follow those details, if you don't answer the questions, you will get point deducted from your discussion grading. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. You're more than welcome to communicate with me anytime for any of these questions. I will be giving you my information here as soon as possible. What are my resources at UMA? All of this information that I'm showing you, you can use here to review your writing at the Writing Center, calling a live coach on your live Q&A session on this link, using your library to gain access to any research material you would like to get more information. Email the librarian if you cannot find anything. You have a tech support for any help at all, technical or maybe finding the right person. You can always raise a flag for anything that you're having a question or need help. You have all of this on your Starfish, I think, yeah, Okay, I've also posted some more information here for you that you can use. Maybe same thing that I just gave you before, but it's just additional help that you can use to gain as much help as possible at UMA. I've also posted my information under faculty availability, my text number, my email, my office timings, and information on other coder instructors that can help you anytime with any coding question or discussion questions. Again, please don't miss out on all of this help. I also post my own discussion post on the home page for discussion for each week to give you more information, such as a certain video I like you to review to understand the subject of or the concept of this discussion. Okay, please do review those videos because they're a big, huge resource for help and understanding the concept. I also post my other resources and information just to help you with the discussion post. After you do your main post, you're supposed to reply to 2 students, 2 classmates of yours, maybe 1 instructor, me, and 1 other classmate, but it has to be 2 posts before the Sunday of the same week. Okay, so you have all your posts have to be on different days. Make sure when you reply to your classmates or instructor, your questions have to be somehow related to these 2 questions. It also depends upon what your classmate is writing about, but make sure you research what they're talking about and then answer them questions, because when you reply back to them, you are actually providing them with the information or the research material you have gained. How do we grade you? This is what you have to make sure that you review and understand so you get maximum points. So your rubric number 1 is, have you met everything? Meets all. What does that mean? That you have answered all your question, the first 3 questions in step 2. Okay, so applies discussion background to create a new thread that answers the initial prompt completely. This is your grading number 1 and you get maximum points here. Okay, so don't miss out on these 3 questions. Answer them as much as in detail as possible. We've already reviewed that. So grading number 2 is, how did you generate further conversation with your classmates or instructor? You read their subject, you talk about it, you engage in the conversation, you connect with them, right? You make a connection. Yes, I agree with you. No, I don't agree with you. Yes, I like that. Maybe I don't. But very professionally, very engaging in a very respectful manner. And then you also use their subject and apply your own understanding and experience. And then you also ask probing question, like how do I generate conversation? You can agree, disagree professionally, of course. Discuss their ideas, ask probing questions, research if you don't understand the subject. Just to elaborate, okay, I'm not sure what she's talking about. Let me just research a little bit more using all these resources, and then responding back to her by asking more questions, by elaborating the subject, by generating further conversation. That's what we mean by that. And make sure when you reply, you have substantive information according to the subject we're talking. Have at least 3 to 5 sentences for the replies, and use your citations according to your APA format, meaning that you always cite your sources. Rubric number 3 is, are you organized and have clarity? If I read your post, do I understand what you're talking about? Do I understand if it is a clear message that I can comprehend? Remember, anytime I'm responding or posting a reply back, I'm talking to someone who does not understand much of what I'm talking about. So I have to be very much in detail. I have to give them the information from the scratch and make them understand clearly the subject that I'm trying to discuss here. And again, don't forget the resources. Again, you can use the Grammarly. That's a really amazing website that you can download on your computer, and it will check your writing for spelling, for grammar, for sometimes writing as well. I use it all the time. I would want you to use it. Please do, because it helps a lot of, it will help you get rid of a lot of unnecessary point deductions because of spelling, because of grammar. So use that website as much as possible for all your writing, and don't forget the other UMA resources for your help as well. So that was my, okay, so grading, rubric grading number 4. Quantity of replies, we just discussed that. Make sure you have 3 replies, all different days, 1 main post, 2 replies to your classmates. This is graded only upon how many posts, quantity of your replies has to be at least 3. Okay. Number 5. Number 5 is your timeliness. What does that mean? That means, have you participated and replied your post, your 2 replies within the same week? If it is out of the week, if you made a week 2 discussion in week 3, you're not going to be graded for this. It is going to be out of timeliness. You do not get a grade for this at all. So make sure you reply, you post all your replies and main posts within the same week of the discussion. Any questions? Do not hesitate to communicate with me, because I do believe that the communication is the key to success in any field of life. So I would love to hear from you. For any questions or any help, please keep in touch. And thank you for your time today.